team to Angola to provide vaccination to Chinese nationals. Angola currently has the 7th estimation of highest population of Chinese in Africa. Number 6. Ethiopia. The number of Chinese people living in Ethiopia has risen over the years. There are about 60,000 Chinese living in the country. A Chinese diplomat in Ethiopia interviewed in December 2014 stated there were 20,000 Chinese, while in contrast the Chinese ambassador in Addis Ababa stated there were 60,000 Chinese in January 2016 during a public interview. The Chinese community in the country works mostly in railway, telecom, and businesses. According to the Chinese ambassador, the Chinese community in the country has created about 1 million local jobs. Also in 2007, the first 300 volunteers selected from among 10,000 applicants to a new Chinese government program arrived in Ethiopia, Seychelles, and Zimbabwe. They would perform a variety of work including teaching Chinese, introducing hospital staff to traditional Chinese medicine, and aiding in poultry farming. Like in many African countries, the Chinese are seen as keeping to themselves. In 2007, another New York Times report by Howard French on Chinese in Ethiopia noted that clannish social interaction of Chinese by citing a communal compound of 200 Chinese workers for road and bridge construction, a Chinese construction company who ate Chinese food, got health care from a Chinese doctor, and did not interact with outsiders. Number 5. Sudan. The relationship between Sudan and China is referred to as a bilateral relation. China is the largest trade partners in Sudan, with oil import and exporting low-cost manufactured items. They enjoy relationship in diplomacy, political strategy, and economic trades. This diplomatic relations began in 1959 after Sudan recognized China's sovereignty. Both countries are global allies and have supported themselves during crises and international controversies. Sudan houses about 74,000 Chinese. The country is holding the 5th highest Chinese population in Africa. Number 4. Zambia. The population of Chinese people living in the country has grown rapidly over the years. It began in 1970 with the largest aid project in Zambia, which is the construction of the Tazara Railway in Zambia. The construction saw thousands of Chinese workers migrating through the country. As of September 2014, it was reported that there were about 19,845 Chinese living in Zambia. However, the number has increased rapidly over the years. As at 2019, it was reported that there were about 80,000 Chinese living in the country. This means that they have the 4th highest Chinese population in Africa. Number 3. Madagascar. In 1862, the first Chinese migrant arrived to Mative, Madagascar, which is now known as Tomasina. The man settled in the country and got married to a local woman. 4 years after his arrival, 6 other Chinese came to Nosy Be, and then in 1872, 3 more arrived. Then in 1894, 14 other arrived Mahajanga, and then in 1896, 500 Chinese arrived to Mative. A year later, laborers were transported from China to Madagascar to work on a railway construction. The total number of Chinese living in the country back in 2011 was about 100,000. They mostly live in Tomasina and Antananarivo. The population of Chinese in Madagascar forms the 3rd highest Chinese population in Africa. Number 2. South Africa. According to sources, there are about 400,000 Chinese currently working and living in South Africa. There have been different waves of migration of the Chinese people to South Africa over the years. They have established various multilingual and multi-generational communities of Chinese in the country. Over the years, they have settled in various parts of the country. The new migrants from China are settling in rural towns in South Africa. South Africa currently has the 2nd highest Chinese population in the whole of Africa. Number 1. Ghana. The largest population of Chinese on the continent of Africa is in Ghana. Chinese people began migrating to Ghana since 1940s, and most of them came from Hong Kong. However, they began to migrate from mainland China in the 1980s. Although there is no exact value of the number of Chinese currently living in Ghana, they are estimated to be about 700,000. This means that about 2.4% of those living in Ghana are Chinese. Ghana is currently hosting the highest population of Chinese in Africa as a whole. Those are the top 10 African countries with the highest Chinese population. Thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, do well to give it a like and also share to your friends and family.
Professor Mills or vice president oko. Emisata oko. Akajo Mahama or vice president. Yeah. Or vice president and so be president. And a president or two was say munyi masuna mbusamo. China for mama medro bia memene ana. Anaya mama mo girlfriends. China. Then pan the yehunu wa China. All of a sudden, yabeni China, Jonso China, ubeta China, udidi China, unumso China, ubanum wi China, ubanum whiskey China, dum cocaine China, galamse China, ufaha China, uba China, ubekwa China, osafumafu China, nanado China, jekufo China, Mahama China. Adai. When him say China for Ghana ejakrum, are you aware? China for shame on top level now. So our interior minister now will resign no. I see what Ghana ejakrum. And there's a huge plan against Ghana because someone who say ye Jimmy. Ye nyansa pa de sa e wo soro de wo ma trase adwunu ho a wo mu hunu ye rivers I wo mem ha nyina wo ma be se no wo mo sheda wo e plan. It was calculated. Say ye ade a ye hia wo mem ha nyina nya hwe e cash. Et evans man ho so a cash. Abi cash. Captain cash. Kofi Chame cash. Kojo Dixon cash. Yet we kura tia kura efa company sika kura ma post for cash kwase cash sa eno ene ade a wo hu se enkrofo no wonim nyansa he me nana efa nso ka se me kire me o se nipa bi odwen sika nko ano on sika. Eti etoda kwadwo say yes grandma say aya adwene nipa ho answer. Na say wuwa enye sika na ye de tete akwara na say grandma pa na school fees no ya na etua. O say ye de nimdie ni nyansa na tete akwada. Na enye sika. Ti hia ni bi wo ho a to be hwe ne ba ma no wie university. Ba ye say oni sika. Omanya yetimu sesei no ayese yanin wokoka pe na yasem John Mahama started say power generation bebre yey yase doso dodo na ye sesei na poso say age increase your generation eti ye yankasa as people yentimi nima de ko England kakra na de akobo ha kakra se de aduru ne se ye bibia ye wo bia China e wo stake e wo ba ne wo shaase se wo sua ye nwum to enso be hu China kwa ana mo hu bi da yes ka China for to ye nwum na ye ni age me catch security penny bi wo krom ha se me hu se China for to Ghana ye nwum na me ye mo hyehye me o se ade na me nti wu ni ani nti wu hu se nkrofoi enwum na wo sua no na wo eye part of their psychological weapon against us. I say we are sure, and I'm say wait and see. China for over 700,000 na wo Ghana. Where a official report from the Ghana Immigration Service, 700,000. I got 300,000 more to 1 million. And I want Ghana. Emu 80% a former prisoners. Crawford Demda 80%. Ex-convicts 80%. A woman at the jail. Hardened criminals. It is a bagana no twitua pump action no kwa asante man to boko he ayabu sha Kofi Boakye a COP Kofi Boakye ayabu sa no eni pa bebre ampe Kofi Boakye asem e wa Ashanti region nyina ne se no ma China for the nim kwase asem wo ya obechew no mfa ho o chew wi na wanya call na se ojaw so unya be by force. But my Ghana nim free hand kwa China. Na kodin kwasi asem na China fo nso obu. Ye be kum. So woni ma me ka kire wo. Omanya wo kum ni papa asese ya mre o yasemu. Se wadi bone China. Was say the best way to deal with criminals is to eliminate them. It is a way a criminal like China, you be eliminate you by rough tactics. It is the strategy is that Ghana one ring. It's who called jail no we are. Come on, $30,000, $40,000. Be person be busa immigration service say. And you be a China phone see ya show motom sike okuta o. Say Ghana ha ya womra. E to na we Ghana ni na wo kwa wa obotom sike kura ya cedis kura say do so dodo. Me the sika kame ho akwa America da. Me try JFK for close to 4 hours. Because we were limit. Won to be free mem and so sa sika no and fan ko wuro bi mem. Then na wo de kwa akoye. China for ya wo bai wo meto niam wo han ko China nkoton. Wo ba be prayen, wo ba be di yen yawu. Na nyame wan so asafo ma eja acha ho me se me nja ka da na yetetete ho sei wo fra ye eja krom enti yenso ese ye gitum say fra ye eja krom but the next 10 minutes pese me kire wade bi hwe oman bia ono ankasa ntimi nwi na ode ne how to besia ne aman foforo so no emu mpanifo nim nyansa. When was the last time? I would say, Krokete to say Belgium, Ghana switch Belgium, bam. Krofia 110 million. Belgium 110 million. Now Kroketwa to say Belgium. Kroketwa to say Denmark. South Scandinavian countries in kitting. Yet to be called say, ye kobo besia. Ebusue, ye Jimmy. Now, Nekano, a yen central funny bidding, me catch now. Ushamia, Pemasem, Ushamia, Tommy, men foul. Yet your man, we are churning out 275,000 graduates, university graduates a year. And when I'm in the home kobo, 275,000 university graduates, tertiary graduates, and a Piawombegu system, bam, every year. But your plan a bane a wohoma. Yay, plan bang, and a woman Ghana, Grofre University, no. Says, oh, we university, oh, you're useless, oh. Because Uba Kwaba, Uba Namsa. Penny on Safma for Becca Choss, a Ghana, bang to me, Fennipa, away, room, or not the number, but she's in room to be back, cosnet. Moi. That's how that's not the one yama. Yempen no kure, but I will tell you. Say, God in my the first I didn't my yanqua. Let's just send Kangumini yanko. Say, Maria, you woman. Ghana, China, ehunu say yet now, na Ghana, yan say or my Ghana na. Nimu kakrano. Russia, beba Ghana. Russia ba Ghana. Enye Ghana gold na Russia bepe. Enye Ghana diamond. Enye Ghana oil. Russia be build Ghana to a certain standard. One year, it be difficult for us to penetrate. Now Russia, your mind back when we are seeing more. Adia will slow pane asasia dotia ya pollutino. So what we need to do first is to move into Ghana and destroy their soil and water. Eti what did Mirika buy? Yempeni for a common dewon. Echen kwada what suku demwa and the tiena wohono. Shia wane ya je China ni nsam sika. Ahemfoti bonkoso. Wamusoso je China for nsam sika. Ene wo je jai China for yi. Ene wo sha se wo sei ya saase no. De wodi kan yo ene se, oh koko for yi de. God man na ho. Me be kan. Koko for yi da hoi. Where me point one. But you can't catch yourself China for fair in a jackroom. Yen say cocoa no first. It was to be sure cocoa 4 years, so about $10,000. Mumfankwa Ghana cities. Now we are converted. No more chegu, no more funtuma assassino. No, what about the chemicals? No rum, no more say assassinina. Okay, yen fast and fine. And kwasin suodo so. Now for yam pro. Insuono chemicals in Gumna and say so China-led Galamsey has polluted the jackroom soil and water. Say see I'm not and Ranyam can you Ghana Water PRO and the sector minister of water resources and sanitation. Osai insuona ye pompino and ne untimin pompe. The yensuo ennom because China-led Galamsey has polluted the jackroom soil and water. Move to point 2. China Fortness said by the year 2035, they would fund a research. Say dear. Ghana Cocoa no essay. What do you say 2035 and what? Patro 2021. Mama masi yan won't be free mammy could you not mass your time with school. I can't say I can't 14 years. 14 years in Wakura, Ubana one and then Ubedi the 14th birthday dancing. And to the China plan on my year say Ghana Cocoa na yam peno. What ton raw, what more and for beans no and quat what fun raw. And a yen extension officers na ye training on Ghana schools are. Abase you only second want to be from what you was sister one called China. But so much one with $3,800. So I'm on Nessie Cocoa. One Nessie and run a catcher say, woman say, baby, 700 million pieces. Woman Nessie 2 billion trees. Cocoa no, ya Nessie makum 2 billion. And almost started 600 hectares, 600,000 free land. Omodi bedua cocoa. Omodua the last me checking records, me kind records no. Not knowing say China started say wodua cocoa no 7 years ni. And so now omundua cocoa wa China da. And na wa fire cocoa no. Na wa fire nkrofo. Now I could be a cocoa no, I'm a cocoa naso. Now I started export cocoa from China. And their next move is that by the year 2035, researcher China by funding say a jackroom young Ghana. My cat was a China for Ghana jackroom, woman from Ghana bium. It is our fat Chinese document to be now who a jackroom woman, or more refer to Ghana. Ombe bobo modia de sa research naba. Say yen ye cocoa no. Metals ewum. And I say microplastics ewum. Some metals and one that they buy galamsey. Microplastics na ewo cocoa no one that they buy. No man catch and say. Any research is what I say. By the year 2040, baby, I do bayira ni ade ewo Europe no. Ahwode ne bekɔ fam. Enti wo di bayira, enti bi nyɛ te sɛ bayira e free Africa titru yenya wo bayira bi ye fa ye de popona. Mwa. Enti no research ne beba beka ho. Sɛ yen ye de no enye papa. Adentra China for ne nam krom no oba na oto bayira na wetwa ye pona na wetwa ne ti no. Na wagya bayira ne mu ni na ma. Bisa ye ma na omoton ne ma wodwom no. Omode ye pona ne ti no so asan so kɔ. Yete ho ewo manyim. Ye de sa by 2035. Oba hu say yete ho ne ye koko. Na dan na ye me de. Me catch us say koko no China started exporting no. And a Greek minister, any cocoa board, ehia ye. Ya me nchira mo. But nhia no enye enough. There are more conspiracy theories about Ghana ye cocoa. Na se anye careful a. Ye kɔ ye nim no, ye ho be chi ye mbruta. Why the mama third slide no?
Captain Smart.
Say am no ka say.
Of morning shows.
So-called research, the assessor mo ye no master take tro dada. I say president speech. Ye tro go time no so kwa no akokan. Almost start bi. Publish bi. Our Nature, Soil and the Lancet journal nim. Bechra, but the journal no be ba bechra. Am one who say, one shall see a dream how they can deal with people, deal with nations, deal with countries. Our leaders in your dream. No matter your mind afa. Next slide. Top media houses globally carry the news on dangerous soil pollution in Ejakrum and the groundbreaking research. Man rain fi say. And chaye was say young kokko no. One G ewo Europe biom anamwa refi. Ghana bro na ya na de konka krakra no was say 1G. So rain fi here. Bisa wo wode nnuane free ha. So wo export akọ Europe no. Na bi so say yakosi say. Because China see otua sika. Ama international media na ye ni sa sika e be kwa kotua se wonja story de ye ti wa sha ase en kakra o me pia sa Angel FM Andrew Belgium aju wo hwe de Facebook ba sase ye de ne duru ha se BBC duru ha ABC duru ha Fox News say duru ha say China 24 say duru ha. So they will force you to listen to what they want you to hear. Next slide. Based on the research, in 2036, the EU will ban cocoa and tuber crops from Ejakrum. And yes, I say bam. By 2036, now European Union I catch it say, yen timin talk mukoko nibium. Enuane na amode ba no ye ntimi ntɔ biem. Ti se koban se ye koko. Ye nya obi a ntɔ. Ye nso ne yete wa ye nsu anyansa hunu nyansa se ye nya ye koko no ye betimi a process na manfaso abaso bebre e de amaye. Enti afei 2 billion na 2.5 billion 2.6 billion. Ye timi kwaje a syndicated loan. E de boa ba koko no di sika ba me ye koko rose no. Eno so be ka dem. Na face I was winning nyansa ukoko no gu ho no aban timi ntɔ wo e beto no nya ba bi mfa nkonkoton adentra Ghana ne Ivory Coast atena se ye na ye be determine cocoa price ye no ye hunu se there was some implications bi a esese ye si akire ye ho no ho adwuma ebubu nkrofo mfingum amanyo eto de so bu obi mfingum.
Captain Smart.
The China who said, no, as I saw Buyam Figum to a chassis Buyam Fiagum. Ukakazio, ye Nisika, Patron, Yesikan, Yadia, what Jimmy, what Jimmy. Young one, next slide. In 2036, China for project said they would become the leading cocoa exporter to the European Union. By 2036, China say, what per se Europe yina cocoa pa de as I say one we're the leading exporter to Europe. Pacho, ye per se ye leading exporter of cocoa de kohin. Na den and a ye afagalam say no. China for na egu krom ha no adentin ye suro wo. Yay. Na me nipa omo ho ya me wanwa pa ye Ghana ambassadors na egu China no. I don't want to use the word useless. Ba mo so nimfa so ma yen. Adentin na mo da so ma China foi visa bebrebe so megu kroyim mentiase. Businessmen, investors are kesia. Wo ba be see companies e wo China. Wo pe visa wo bre. But ex-convicts in the wo ba be say nsuo na eye ni na embassy de team China no na ya mo visa no mo ba.
Captain Smart.
Ebe no, ebe do 2036 no. 100 years old Ejekrom Cocoa Board, Ghana Cocoa Board. Goes to 15-year-old Chinese Cocoa Board for capacity building in 2040. Say no, they are 19 years. So the 19 years ahead of us. Say yan fanyan santrase ambo ye bra wo mem ha. Abusue. China setting up Cocoa Board. Chinese Cocoa Board. And an International Beans Commission account. You be free as after ye ko China. Akoye capacity building. Ewo cocoa. Hey, ebebo. Tobo asneti mi na ebeba. Se se di yempani fa adwene ye wo nse ya na ombe ye won ne ma de ya. Ebusua ebeba. Ba me weni da so se enche. Say ya na be kode ya, believe be see something would happen. Mam, slide number 8. In 2043, Ejekrom will begin to import water, yam, cassava, plantain from China because of heavy metal and microplastics concentration in our soil. And so by 2043, one cassava chassis, yes, oh, your body, your banchi, your bayre, your unso, pachomonjibi, but the camera be free. One will say, oh, Ed, it's a pona, but now your wow pona and went to me on Bohobine. No, I signed their brew. No, what wakokra. What's a triamusika? You was a sabbat with your dear moon. Your yan sanibia, where the president will call him. A Hunyan ring. Sir Anya ye Kurano Ghana.
The king of morning.
Sasi did dear mono. You bet me a diamoni and your mopapedi. Yes, started wedding eat Ghana rice, eat Ghana rice, eat Ghana rice, eat Ghana rice. You did the side, the tonium sasa, yes, sir. Chame Kwame, the bubonium caho, you did dear so. Oh, Sam. Rollins a coin or coffee miss cotton buy, no budget $21 million. The cotton golden bed, that's all. I've a rice project in this one I win.
102.9.
And so they started Kradada. Mara fisa ba ina fil Burkina Faso. Ti ye krabi dada. First no wonam gomua enyame drama wotefa the rampon ene haso de ane dane de kan fa bam krom ni ade wodu ha ye tu banche ma no ye de bo apesi ma wa ete se bayire ene kongomua na kohwe Se banche no e det se sa de na te kan na and the banche no kura wo mudua kura ma. We need to think. Yenjai NDC MPP na editor radio no so no. A useless venture. They want to say the next years ahead of us. We have a huge challenge ahead of us as people.
This is Angel.
The way you no esuna ehu. Say ya may adwen anhya se anya adwuma. Na sa abige betimi aye adwuma no. Nyansa no ho de beye nti so kuta PhD a yemfa ma no no yenjai. Because China ambassador no ho no high school leaver. Ghana ha catch them say befa junior high school ni onim nyansa so onko ye Ghana's ambassador to Belgium. Yeah, the papers. Next, stress any penny nyansa. And ya drink and made man. No, yan slide 9. Chinese scientists create a chemical for cleaning soil contamination in a room in 2055 and win Nobel Prize for Chemistry and World Food Prize in 2056. Why do you say wadodo? But I am telling you what is ahead of Ghana. By the year 2055, now China for aye dura bray and say, ya sa sinimun, someone the chemicals the buy. So women what can deal with the chemical. Now my Sandy and also bray and say, oh, my sasina asay no. Pacho monje. Na munsiesi, my sasino. Na fe Nobel Prize for Chemistry and World Food Prize no near the ama China. Now what's up catch we see na say we see wasas no. Ma o remfi say we see asase no wi a still a wo de ade no kwa ye nto because ye kra ye wo baby a ye bu say bodeni si wate apokra kakra odi hunhuna nkwada ebi wo ho. Enti say that time no by 2056 Omoji award no we no be catch we see na say wasas na ye yie kura na international community no akoto won trimu say wo de ne nye papa biom China de na ye papa to China will sit and determine the price of cocoa. We need to think pamacho. Yanko next one. By 2060 chemical for cleaning contaminated soil are super expensive, monopolized and accessible to only agricultural hegemons dominated by Chinese firms. It's ya no brown we pa. They are man 4 years. As a san kotobium said be asase ne betime gina ne na so asase ne be gina ne na so asase ne be gina ne na so obekona ne bo na ye din. Super expensive. China nko aso ho na obetime akwasesa afri. If it's a one wo de sa chemical ne bre wo. Nti afi wo kopa unya sika ne ntimi nkope. Na wasan kwa na wasan ba besi wo dadam. Mr. Ghana mpanifo enye se yeni na enso ade yo. Ana enye se yemu ade yo. Yebu ade pa.
Captain Smart.
But aya ye tenechira aya na ya yem hwehwe se asomodwen. Me for the last slide. Let me done me homra. The very last one. By 2070, what do you say ewa? But then what? All contaminated lands have been bought by the so-called ejakrum mpeni form ye useless. No ma kwa ton bam. They ama China for no. God in yifri so Enti afei de obehunu nyina ne se ya asase no yesi ye ntimi nye ho adwuma. Na ye nsiesie asase no. Enti esese ya hemfo no santon ya asase no ma wombium. Na ade na yesi ne board enti wontimi fan and reclaim asase no. No more the chemicals no be import yaba. Because asase no waton ama no. Enti aba be ye ne dia. Na wo mo de yen kwete se de si was Zimbabwe no. Esese ye mpanifo no mo sha ase adwen kakra edemaye. To we di beba ho so ne wasan ton sase na ma wo. No wa besiesie. Asase no ye ne dia. Den na obetimi ne naka. Wo yiro ho se one ne be pray tokwaso a. Ghana for do say na atatu. Ye de na e wo no kura no. Ye say small arms ne ye age. Enti we hu se wo try a na tei. 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 Na ya ka o kasabo ahye wo yam. na wasan abetena yen so say ye from China mesre say yemba yadwen enye dwuma mesre say yempanifo no ehunu say da bia da ade eche no obi ti table ho adwen ba yen ha ne de ade eche no ne yempanifo hwehwe guess a wo ho ofe akọ Dubai no wa akọ da
This is Angel 102.9.
da bia da ade eche no na nkrofo dwene say da be ya won schools be ye ba yen de ne yempanifo dwen say de wo de wo mba be ko school abrochire da bia da aman bia da sorry a wo dwen say wo be bo wa sojafo ho ban amma wa akode akutrement o metimi de ya adwuma no yen ye ha de ne ye soma nkrofo say soja ni ga we ho ofe pa kopen bra post ni ga we ni ho ofe pa
Captain Smart.
de bia da nkrofo dwen say
Morning shows.
bebo wo man ho ban say de be ye man na mudie be gina ho no yen de nya no na ye sorry ani empany for pensase ne adan ne cars we refi say echina bi wo ho ebusuen there is a tomorrow, and if we are not ready for that tomorrow, the tomorrow will not wait for us tomorrow. We need to make sure as people collectively they enjoy this stupid NDC NPP thing that we parade them on the various radio stations. They speak nothing but stupidity. Because NDC yeah they are NPP feda. MPP yeah they are NDC feda. They always want to outdo each other so that they can have power and become useless and render us useless. But the day is coming, and it is soon, when the wise men would start a social revolution. My name is Smart. 6 minutes to 7.
Captain Smart, the king of morning shows.
Medana me ho badansa na no mamenka wo se